Today's video, I'm going to talk to you about setting boundaries with your raw vegan diet and how to make this a sustainable way of life. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the category that think raw is law, but I am not necessarily part of that group. I do think eating as much raw as possible is the most beneficial, but I do work in some boundaries that give me flexibility to accommodate different seasons and different times of the year when certain fruits and variety isn't available. And so I've set up strategic boundaries of foods that I will incorporate into my diet as support foods to support my core base of raw foods that I consume. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about how I set this up for myself and give you an idea of how to do it for yourself as well. And this is one of the concepts that I have included in my new book, the 21-Day Raw Transformation Program. So if you want to learn more about this, definitely look into getting that book to get into this lifestyle successfully. All right, so to make it as easy as possible to set our boundaries, I've created 3 different categories to place foods into. Now, we're going to use this like a traffic light system because I think that makes it really easy to understand and just really easy to apply to our diet. All right, and so we've got green light foods, which are the core foods, yellow light foods, which are the supplemental foods, and the red light foods, which are our avoidance foods, all right? So the green light foods are the low-fat, raw fruits and vegetables that we can enjoy in abundance without any restriction, and we just eat until we're full on those. All right, yellow light foods are still whole, healthy plant foods, but they might be higher in fat. So they might be like the nuts and seeds or the avocado or durian or, things like that, that we can still enjoy every day if we want to and still maintain a healthy diet, but we just need to eat them in smaller amounts. And so that's where they act as supporting foods. Now, the yellow light foods are broken down into 2 different categories. There's the cooked and the raw. So this is where it's going to become much more individualized for each different person based on their goals, on what they want their diet to look like.
Download this free raw food traffic light system at myrawintuition.com/shop.
All right, so yellow light foods is something that you're going to have to determine for yourself on what goes in there. And I've set up some additional tools for you to do that in the book. But for this video, we're just going to go over what I have done, and you can kind of, get some ideas from that. So for the yellow light foods, I look at it as, what foods can I incorporate into my diet to help in times of less variety?
Download yellow light support food, simple pressure cooked recipes at myrawintuition.com/shop.
For example, in like November, December time of year, here in Minnesota, the fruit selection and the quality is not the greatest. And so I will put into my yellow light category potatoes, some vegetable soups like split pea soup or lentil soup, potato soup, things like that, that I will have with my big raw salad for dinner. All right, so that's really where I include my yellow light foods as my dinner meal. And so it's just a supplement to my salad. Now, the yellow light food should never displace the green light foods, right? So the green light foods are going to be your raw leafy green vegetables, your fruits, your other vegetables like carrots and beets and, maybe broccoli and things like that. Raw food should always maintain the bulk of your diet. But when you need some assistance from the support foods, that's when you strategically will bring those in to give you, that extra support in times of less variety. For example, I will have my big raw 5-star salad for dinner, and then I might steam up like 3 or 4 potatoes and throw those into my salad to, give me the calories that I wasn't getting from not having enough fruit earlier in the day, right? So another thing that I can do is have my big 5-star salad and have some split pea soup alongside it. 1 or 2 bowls of split pea soup along my salad usually gives me all the satisfaction that I need to prevent any sort of cravings or feelings of, not being satisfied with how I'm eating. And so I think that's where a lot of people fall into trouble, is that they don't have these boundaries to, give them some flexibility to include maybe some consciously cooked foods like steamed potatoes or some vegetable soups to give them that support to those core green light foods that they're eating. And, if they don't have those flexible options, then they end up going more high fat to make up for the lower variety that's available to them. or they'll start buying packaged foods or more gourmet type raw food style meals. And so to avoid doing those things, I think it's really helpful to use this traffic light system in a way that gives you those flexible boundaries that allows people to maintain a whole food, plant-based, mostly raw vegan diet, but those support foods really make a big difference when, especially for people in northern, colder climates that just don't have that variety of fresh, ripe, quality fruits all year round. So it's just something to use as a tool in helping you make this diet and lifestyle sustainable, as I have over the last 11 years. All right, so when it comes to the red light foods, those are gonna be like animal products, oils, sugar, and other processed foods that we don't want to include into our diet. Now again, you're gonna have to make the determination which foods go into the yellow light category and which foods go into the red light category. And make it something that is sustainable for yourself, but always aim for your highest level of health and the best you can do. So don't think that you have to be perfect, but don't sell yourself short either. And so use this traffic light system to build your boundaries, to set your 3 categories of foods so that you can include some supporting foods when needed to help you along your way. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it makes sense. And if you have any questions about it, please leave that in the comments box down below. And again, if you want to get my new book, the 21-Day Raw Transformation Program, that is available now on my website. Have a great day. And until I see you in the next video, always follow your raw intuition.